and all that goodness. Hit the thumbs up. Where y'all at? Yeah, it's your boy Wise Eye, Chief Wise Eye here. First time going live on YouTube, y'all. I'm out here grounding, working on some of my arts and crafts, putting my walking stick back in bling action, you feel me? I just wanted to speak a little bit about spiritual attacks because they're similar to physical attacks. And what you're looking at is Martian energy. So Mars is split into two sectors. You're looking at Aries and you're looking at Scorpio. So the physical side of things is Aries, that's his expertise, and then you'll see Scorpio. She's very well put together behind the scenes, underneath the surface, very tucked away from the, very neatly tucked away from the public's eye, and the actions are the same, but there are different ways that you carry these out. So when you're dealing with spiritual attacks, it's not like someone is physically going to hit you in your face. It's more like when you are working on raising your consciousness level, which just means your awareness and your ability to magnetize and use your heart center to bring things into fruition, manifestation. You are going to encounter a lot of, backlash, different things and entities that will want to keep you on their level. And this is the energy of the quote unquote devil that we always hear about in certain religious texts. And recently we've been hearing about it in the Sinners movie. So I just kind of wanted to clarify what we're dealing with when you're dealing with the devil energy, because the devil energy is not something you're going to avoid. You're never going to be able to avoid the devil. And I think this is what quote unquote religious people think. And it creates a fear-based scenario, because once you find out that something may be the devil, you tend to back up and you're like, this ain't quite what I want. This ain't quite what I need. So when you're having a dance with the devil, so to speak, they're actually teaching you how to dance without getting sucked into their allure, because there's always going to be a charm to a devil nature. There's always going to be a inviting energy to a devil nature, and you're going to have to realize where your boundaries lie at, because sometimes you're looking at a playing field, and if you get too far out of the playing field, you're going to be basically caught up in the rapture, and they're going to, blow the whistle, out of bounds, flag on the play, put it back, they're going to pull the ball back. So when you're looking at actual games, they're actually giving you puzzle pieces on how to live. Each game is a different attribute on how to live. Pick a game and think about it, and you'll start to realize that, oh, okay. So chess is a game of thinking and moving forward and attacking attacking incognito right in front of their face. So this is what a spiritual protection and attack looks like. A chess game, so to speak. Someone may go first, someone is going to have to go next. But what happens is it's an exchange of energy to the point where you're protecting yours and you're looking to reserve energy. You don't want to really engage too much. You want to put up a good wall, and you want to put up a block, a barrier that's going to allow you to stay grounded. Like a tree, you'll notice that storms come, and when the trees planted firm, they got deep roots, they got heavy branches, they have heavy trunks that keep them in alignment. So once they're in alignment and a storm comes, guess what happens? The water from the storm elevates the tree. The wind gusts, it strengthens the tree. The sun that comes back around, it restores the tree. And there's always a restoration process when you walk with Christ. And God is always with you if you allow him to be, her to be, them to be. God is a conglomerate and it's a Christ consciousness. You're going to always think about yourself because that's what self-preservation is about. But if you get into the frequency of Christ consciousness, you begin to think about others. You begin to wonder about others. You even think about the animals in the nature. You begin to create a lane of existence to create life instead of destructing life. You know how you be in a house and you may see a spider, you may see a bug and you freak out and then you slap them down with your shoe and then throw them in the trash. You know, sometimes those are not the righteous things to do. And the righteous thing for a Christ conscious individual will be to figure out a good way to release the animal from your home. You know what I mean? And this ain't always possible. I'm not being I'm not trying to be unrealistic, but you want to create a heart center that allows you to give to others freely. You're not going to want to always give for the exchange of, goods. And it's okay to exchange goods, but you're not always seeking material gain. You're looking for a solar connection on a mitochondrial level. And when I say mitochondrial, we're talking about the Earth's resonance and the connection that Earth has with all of its beings, trees, animals, and of course us. We usually have dominion over everything. That means we are the protectors of the Earth, the guardians of the galaxy, if you will, you know. And you have to walk into that space, walk into that light, and once you're off bounds, you won't be getting on the scoreboard anymore. So you always want to stay centered into that Christ consciousness. And how do you do that with different attacks? You want to limit the things that go inside of your being. You want to limit the type of foods. You want to limit the type of beverage, fruits, whatever. And you want to limit the things that affect you around you. You want to maintain a peaceful knowing. You want to maintain a root chakra that is similar to a tree. You want to maintain that knowing that everything is fine. I'm always taken care of. I'm in the space of service for others. I'm in the space of service for Mother Earth. I'm in a space of service to bring divine guidance. And, a lot of times we're just vessels for what God's will may be. A lot of times we come down here with ideas of what we want to do, how we want to do it, and we will neglect or negate the future of others. We'll negate the future of our world in a totality basis. You know what I mean? We cut down trees just to build houses and homes, but when the homes and the houses, they get dilapidated, we won't tear them down and allow the trees to regrow. We'll leave dilapidated buildings on our earth and we'll look at, you know, torn down cities, and then we'll just move to the next area and do the same thing. So it's very important that we maintain a Christ consciousness so that we can understand what's going on. I hear the woodpecker in the background. That's Ma'at. That's Libra energy. Woodpeckers represent Libra. So there's a balance that is either necessary or there's a balance that is happening right now. So you want to maintain a peaceful aura. The peaceful aura will attract your, your powerful, I want to say essence, but more like your birthright. It will attract your birthright to exist, create, and be powerful within that mainframe. You feel what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to tap in with that Christ consciousness. Go do some meditating, some breath work, some reflection, some shadow work. Something will be, that'll be important for you to gain access to the conscious levels of the collective. So y'all be peace. One y'all.